Morning, you guys. So I've had a few questions over email about what an argument is in terms of literary analysis. Now, some of you are like, wait, where did that even come from? It comes from next week's assignment, which is the thesis statement and topic sentence assignment. It asks you to create an argument about a particular story. In this case, for essay 1, the story of an hour, and also identify the ways in which you will argue it, right? And include a thesis and topic sentences. So first off, an argument for the purpose of literary analysis is essentially a claim that you make that's not directly stated in the text. So, for example, I'll use the Harry Potter series as an opportunity to explain this, since so many people are familiar with it. Now, most people, and if you have not yet read it, here's the thing I'm going to say. Check out the Wikipedia page if you're not familiar with kind of this story arc. So that way we're all on the same page. We don't need to get into specifics, parts of the story and things like that to understand what I'm going to say here. But go check the Wikipedia page to get a general idea and then come back. We'll wait. So what we want to do, like an argument for the Harry Potter series, it's not going to be something like Harry Potter is a wizard or, Harry Potter completes tasks that help him grow as a person, right? Because, logically, everyone completes tasks that help them grow as a person. Harry Potter is a wizard. Yeah, he is. That's just factual information from the text. Now, an argument would be that Harry Potter is the cause of Voldemort coming back. His actions directly impacted the timeline that Voldemort used to come back to his human form. Now you might say, well, yeah, that's kind of logical, but what do I mean by that? Harry Potter's not a hero. He does heroic things, but he also does some dumb things, and it's these dumb things that cause him to allow Voldemort to come back. Now, you might sit there and say, wait, no. He is a hero. He did this, and he did this, and he did this, and he did this. Sure, that's what makes this an argument. You can tell me, no, I disagree with you. I believe, right, that word believe, I believe that Harry Potter is a hero. This would have happened with or without him, and, then we go on. And so you need to have an argument about literature. You need someone to be able to argue against you. So it can't be something that is just very obvious and very clear. No one's going to tell you, no, Harry Potter's not a wizard. He's just a kid. Because, both of those things are true. Yeah. But there's no wiggle room there. Okay. So Harry Potter is a wizard. Yeah, obviously. Harry Potter is not a hero, or not a hero in the sense that a lot of people would argue that he is. Yeah, there's an argument right there. Okay, so to see this as an example in a thesis statement, something like, Harry Potter, the protagonist of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series, is directly responsible for Voldemort's return on this timeline because of his interactions with Professor Quirrell at the Mirror of Erised and his rule breaking that led him to enter the Chamber of Secrets. Now, you might say, there's a lot there. There is, right? There's a lot of information in there because the thesis is meant to be like this standalone sentence that tells your reader, this is the thing this paper is going to be about, and this is how it's going to do it. So essentially, if you wrote it down on a little Post-it note and threw the Post-it note down on the ground, anyone should be able to come by, take a look at it, and go, no, I don't think so. Or, yeah, I could see that. Right? It should be something that people can clearly identify kind of where you're going and how you're going to do it from the jump. All right? So to break down this sentence, right, we have a couple of things. To break down this thesis statement, we're identifying the character that we're working with, right, Harry Potter. We're identifying where this is coming from, so the Harry Potter series, who the author is, right? And all of these things are integral to identifying what we're talking about. So in any thesis statement, you want to include the author of the text, the title of the text, because guess what? Authors write a lot of different texts, right? So we need to be very specific here. what we're dealing with, in this case, the character of Harry Potter, right, and his obvious flaws. And then later on in the sentence, we have a preview. If you've worked with me before, we've called it forecast elements in English 1101, right? It's the thing that previews for what's going to happen in each paragraph. So for the first one, it's going to be the interaction between Professor Quirrell and Harry Potter at the Mirror of Erised at the end of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, at the end of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, right? And so then we know, like, hey, okay, this paragraph is going to be, there's going to be a paragraph that's talking about this, or a part of the essay that's talking about this. So your thesis statement is directly connected to not only your overall argument, but also to how you're going to argue it, right? You identify the ways that your topic sentences will interact with your argument later on. And of course, your topic sentences are the first sentences of your paragraphs, right? Essentially a mini thesis statement for what that paragraph will talk about. And then, of course, as we're going through and arguing in that particular paragraph, we are linking back to not only the ideas in the topic sentence, but all the way back to the thesis statement. So, everything is connected. This thesis statement and topic sentence assignment is meant to identify your argument. It's meant to show me that you have a clear plan for organization going forward, right? So to break this down in very simple terms right at the end here, your thesis statement needs to identify the author of the text that you're working with, the title of the text that you're working with, use proper MLA formatting, check that MLA handbook, the argument that you're making, and also the ways that your essay will develop it, okay? Then your topic sentences seat each paragraph in terms of the argument that you're making. Super easy to talk about, a little more complicated to do. You have to have a very firm understanding of what's going on in your text and how you want to argue it before you can write this. So give yourself enough time. But I'm confident that you can, and I am very excited to see what you have to say about the story of an hour. All right, you guys, if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a good one. I will see you next time.